Hey everybody, Gretchen and Camille are back with
Starting Over.
We are, in case you're just joining us, we are doing something new where we're talking about starting over, which really means every day.
That's right.
Every day we're starting over doing what?
Well, living your best life, basically, but starting over into choosing the moment, choosing how you feel, choosing your mood.
You know what? I actually heard this quote this morning. I thought this was so good. The guy said, there's only 2 days out of the whole year that don't matter.
Which are?
One of them is yesterday,
Oh.
and the next one is tomorrow. So you better live, love, and enjoy your today.
I like that.
And I was like, that's so true. If you really just like break it down and think about it, you know. How many times do we just focus on what happened?
Oh, we all got a story. Like that's our identity.
I'm thinking of you in like just with your business, with counseling. Everybody wants to talk about what happened.
Oh yeah. Well,
and you can't move forward until you like let that go, right?
Right. You know, people do live on top of things, right? They kind of, a lot of kids that had trauma that never got to process that, they live with what happened, but they're on top of it. So they react, they're overreacting, they get triggered, things like that. But when you kind of get through all that, you kind of process through your stuff, and you don't have this trauma, you can choose your responses. You can.
Yeah. And I think as we become more aware of our feelings, when we become more aware of how we feel about things, and how does it make us feel? Like take the assessment and go, how am I feeling about this? Yeah. Does this conversation make me feel good? If it doesn't, then you have the ability, we all have the ability to like change the subject, even if it's in our minds. Yeah. Turn the channel, you know. If there's something you don't like on the TV, y'all, we just, right? Well, that's what we have to do with our thoughts. If something doesn't feel right, and if it's not working for us, or if it puts us in a mood, you know, and you talk about mood shifting and stuff, and it's the narrative.
It is. Well, and I'll tell you something. Moods are predictive. Like, you know, how many times you say, I don't feel, what do you want to eat? I don't know. I don't know what I feel like eating. I don't feel like doing that. Our moods predict our future. So if we are in a low mood, if we're stuck in some sort of mood, you know, like what's the mood you need to be able to get up and work out? You know, some people just have discipline. Their mood don't matter. But honestly, moods predict the future because it chooses our behavior for us. If we don't feel like it, we don't do it.
Yeah, that's so true. And I've also, I mean, I really understand this too, y'all, that you attract what you are.
That's right.
Not what you want to be.
No.
I think there's some relevance to that, but you attract who you are. So let's say if you and I are constantly talking, you know, negative about somebody, we're going to attract that type of a type of behavior we don't like into our life because we're just focused on
100%. I have a good example of this. I had a client this week, and he went somewhere really angry, and he actually got arrested. Okay, he got arrested because somebody else was really angry, and that anger kind of attracted itself, and he met himself there, got in a fight, and got arrested. So it's like, how the heck did this happen to me? Wait a minute. Your vibe went out there and kind of found itself. And that's exactly what happened with both of them. So you're correct in that, you know, to really change and shift and to manifest, you must align your energy with that energy you want to have.
Yes.
Okay. So it isn't, you're right. The secret, like, you get what you want. It doesn't get what you want. You get what you are. You're vibing it in. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't listen to the TV or the radio, but I do listen to a lot of talks. And so this guy was saying, you know, if you can picture what you want, so what you dream about, what you desire, what your dreams are, whatever, it's sometimes easy for us to feel like they're way far away, like, or maybe they're in heaven, or they're in some nebulous building somewhere, whatever, right?
But always out there.
Always far away, like I can't reach it, you know? And basically he was saying, actually, everything is right in front of us. It's almost like God or the universe goes like, here they are. Now, can you line up? I know. God, ape hands coming at you. Can you line up with the energy to pull it into you?
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. We're moving around from it. It's always there.
Well, and isn't that the power? If you can manage your mood, and this is hard. I mean, a lot of people, can you manage your mood? Can you stay in a good mood all day? I mean, that's because if you can, and authentically, right? If you can stay in a good mood, if you can draw something to yourself. But, you know, even in the Lost Mode of Prayer, there's a book by Greg Braden, talks about how you pray is you pray thanking Spirit for you already having received what you're looking for, right? Yeah. Which is what you're talking about. It's already here. It's already right there. You just got to be willing to have it.
Yeah. And so, you know, like with my verbiage is surprise and delight me to what I'm ready for.
I love
which
that.
Keeps you in a place where like, well, I better damn sure be ready for what I want because I don't want to attract whatever I don't want.
Correct.
You know. And I think we become in a habit. We were talking about how you have to take accountability for what you're thinking about.
Yes.
You have to take accountability for what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You have to take accountability even for what you're watching, listening, or reading.
That's right.
Because all of that is an energy that you're bringing to you.
Yeah.
You know, and so when you say you attract what you are, if you are angry, if you are happy, if you are appreciative, if you are negative, I mean, you know what?
You match it.
Yeah,
The universe matches us.
it does, and it's not. You know, I think sometimes people are like, "Well, I hope God blesses me." Well, where are you? Where are you in that alignment, right? So if you're at a state that you're praying and you're pleading and you're begging, and your thought really is, "It hasn't come yet. Why hasn't it come yet?" You know, well, it's not going to come because you're in a state of looking for the absence of it.
That's exactly
instead of welcoming in.
You're wanting, as long as you're wanting and not accepting. It's that acceptance, like I'm aligning with it. It's mine. It's happening, and it's that faith. And that's what I'm saying is, if you can maintain that mood, you know, people. I always call it. People have a mindset. Well, I think we have a mood set, and I really mean this. I mean, when people sit and go, what kind of mood do I really need to be in for my marriage to work? Right? You know, you walk in a room. Don't you know, Mama's upset before she says a word?
Oh yeah,
because that you feel her.
Yeah.
You're feeling the mood, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's in a mood all the time. We're always in a mood. We're never not in a mood. That's just how we are. That's how our brain works. But if you can sense that mood and you can swirl into their mood, or you can kind of go, okay, well, they're in a mood. I'm not going to let that affect me. But people don't realize that they sync up the room with their mood. People get upset, and so just even not saying a word, you can feel them. And kids know this, especially children.
Well,
pick up on this
animals
stuff.
know this. You know,
Both,
animals
that's
know
right.
this. I know that I was. You know, I'm sure y'all have been this way too. You're in a workplace, and maybe the boss comes in, and he's not in a, or she's not in the mood. You know, and everybody's kind of like staying in their own cubes, staying in their own office.
Avoidance.
You know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you don't want you don't want to add to it, and you don't want any part of it.
That's right.
You know, and so I like literally probably 2 years ago, I stopped watching any television that had to do with negativity.
Yes.
Whether it's murder, whether it's, you know, crime scene stuff, any of that. I just thought, oh my gosh, I just don't want to take that chance.
Well,
and
you're still feeding yourself, right? Whether you know you're good with what you're drinking, what you're eating, but what you're listening to, what you're watching, all that is part of the quote diet.
Yeah.
Right. So it is, and if it's toxic, it's toxic.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And even if it's not coming into your life, it's into your thoughts, which means you will talk about it. It means
right.
you will think about it, you know. I'm a real big believer, Camille, in before you go to sleep, talking to what you want, talking to who you are, whether it's, you know, I am affirmations, or it's talking about your worthiness, or it's talking about, you know, I expect to have a good night's sleep. I expect for, you know, any inhibitions or any restrictions to be ceased, so that as I sleep, everything of resistance has stopped. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to be on a path of accepting and allowing and not resisting.
Yeah. Because whatever you resist is gonna persist. It's
Because
like-
you're thinking about it.
That's exactly
right?
it. Well, and we manifest where we put our energy. So if you're fearing, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, you're going to probably get exactly what you're afraid of.
Which was, you know, like my case with cancer, the whole thing with my chemo treatments, I was like, if you, nurse would come in the room, if you're not in a good space, leave.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have,
Good mood.
don't be giving me your bad energy mojo. No, but seriously, I geared myself up
Yeah.
before chemo and after chemo, which
Yeah.
is, I know this may sound silly, y'all, but I was on Pinterest all the time, because if you can't find happiness on Pinterest,
I love that.
go to sleep, take a nap. Like, you know what I'm saying? There are so many genres.
I
You
know.
should be able to find.
I know.
And that's what I did. I just played make-believe the whole time.
I love that.
And
I
so
love
my
that.
mind never went to how bad I felt, or
Yeah.
what if this and what about that. And I have a friend that just started chemo, or he's starting chemo next week, but he started radiation, just quickly found out that he has cancer in his throat.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm like, I know you don't have a lot of time. This is really important that you concentrate on how you want things to turn out. Don't focus on how hard it is, or how, you know, chemo
Choose.
sucks.
He needs
or
to
any
be
of
a
that.
choice.
Yeah, you have got to really, and really that's what we're talking about every day. You know, when you start your day off, like purposely leave your phone away for at least an hour.
Oh, 100%
Let your
agree.
energy just, you know, absorb what you want.
And be present. Like that's what you're doing. So I think this is really critical to just get present, choose your mood, choose your experience, and in a way, you're almost projecting the outcome you'd like to have, right?
Yeah, you are. I
And
like that word, projecting. So
Yeah.
that's basically saying, I want to speak and act a certain way because I want to also attract it that way.
Well, and I will say the word is project and evoke. So when you're projecting, the reality you want that you're creating, it almost evokes out of other people. Oh, and so there's a kind of a reciprocity. I think people start getting more conscious around.
Look at
conscious
Camille using all
people.
these big words around me. What?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay, go
and I'm
ahead.
too pretty to think. Just come on now. I had some guy message me, "You're so pretty." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm smarter than I am pretty." You want to acknowledge that too, just with me, just saying, okay. But anyway, so but I think it's really critical that people do choose. You know that you have the ability to choose your mood. You can create from your mood, and really look at what mood to be in to make the marriage work. Have a workout. And then I really do work with people on getting into their mood sets, and your mood set can manifest anything. So you got yourself healed and cured and worked through the cancer stuff, right? Incredible, truly incredible. So what is it you're going to take on? What is it you want to take on in your life that you've got a challenge with? You can create a mood set around that, and you can manifest what you want to have. So thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. We got more coming up.
That's right. Gretchen and Camille, the show's starting over. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time.
Bye.